Why Tren? The Cancerian with the vision. A hoodie in the bucket hat is often his decision. Why high? A king from Queens, you never disrespect. The wise OG, but what else would you expect? Why Dame? The flyest and the highest of them all. You need a perfect shot, he's the one that you should call. All three combined in a little of your time. Welcome to the show and let him ease your mind.
It doesn't matter when we are or where we are because we are.
Because we are.
Because we are better than
because
them.
We are.
Because we are.
Because we are. Because we are. Because we are.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Because We Are podcast. I'm your boy, Tren. I'm here with call.me.hod and Gobbo_. We are the Because We Are gang. Follow the Patreon, patreon.com/Because We Are podcast for extra content and full videos to the short videos that we put on YouTube. As always, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff, and engage with us. We always love when y'all contact us. And before we get started, I just got to give an applause to us / a thank you to the fans because they're doing their big one still, man. We went up to 50K on YouTube.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
There
we go.
We halfway to a plaque, baby. Halfway to a plaque. You know what I'm saying?
Very exciting.
And 20K on TikTok. Also, thank y'all for y'all, and engaging with that on there. You know what I'm saying? A whole different. That's a big feat because that's a whole different. Like I think everywhere is like different audiences, and we hit 1K on Instagram too. We didn't even acknowledge that, but that's pretty big too. I think. You know what I'm saying? That's still fire too. Sure. So thank y'all to all where y'all supporting us. You know what I'm saying? And if you aren't already, go follow us on each perspective site so you don't miss anything because we got some special announcements as well. Y'all been wanting it, and we finally gonna give it to you in case you missed the notifications that we post on all socials. Because We Feud is returning this month as a monthly segment. Another,
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The return of the Mac Dame Harvey is coming. You know what I'm saying? Got his, he put the order in. He got the mustache pack coming.
It came in today.
Yeah,
60
man.
mustaches. We're good for the next few years.
Yeah, yeah, man. So y'all make sure y'all run it up. I know y'all was really excited for it, so it's finally coming back.
Yeah, man.
It's coming.
Just want y'all to know.
Patrons, subscribe to the Patreon if you want to potentially be a part of the survey.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys go and do that.
Yeah, big things coming. Big things coming.
Absolutely.
And we're really excited, man. I'm sure Dame got some tricks up his sleeve for this next show. I'm excited I think I'm gonna do better this time. We're gonna run it back. Hot one, the first one.
We're keeping we got to keep score now.
Yeah.
So it's a 1-0.
Is it? I thought it was 1-1. But we only did Because We Feud once. You got it. You know what I'm saying? By like a few points, I think. Like what, 2 points or something like that?
Oh yeah.
It was a close one. But you know what I'm saying? I get it now. I understand it now. So I'm coming for you. You feel me? Yeah. So bring your A game. You know what I'm saying? No sweating. I'm gonna be buzzing in for everything these days. You know? So
pause again.
Whatever, man.
That was crazy. You said I'm coming for you. No sweating. Like, yo, bro, like you gotta relax.
It's my fault, bro. I'm sorry. It's just, it's July, it's cancer season, summertime.
Yeah,
you know
man.
how it be, bro. You know how I should be coming. But how y'all doing, man? Y'all doing all right? Y'all surviving the heat? It's been, like I said, the thunder been louder than it's ever been in my place of residence. But other than that, I'm doing pretty well.
I've been all right. It's just been a really shitty time to fly lately. I mean, especially if you're flying into Newark Airport, New Jersey.
Yeah, man.
A lot of people, not just my flight. I found out every single flight that night got hit with cancellations and delays.
Damn.
Made me stay in Jersey for an extra couple days, and within those extra couple days, I lost my wallet.
Damn.
So, double whammy. Wasn't that great, but hey, I got to go home. Got to see family. We got to see our guy Frank for his 30th birthday. Got to see my guy T for his birthday.
Yeah.
And I got to go to American Dream a couple times, the mall.
Finally. Yeah. Finally.
That place is fucking ginormous. There's so much stuff to do in there. I think the first time I went with my mom and family, we were there for a few hours. Second time we went, I was just me and Leslie who went, and we were there for like 4 hours. There's just so much shit to do. Especially if you're like going with children. They have the whole fucking Nickelodeon theme park in there. They got the water park in there. Fucking that place is it's one thing to hear about it, but when you see it in person, and then even when you're looking at it from the outside, you're like, it doesn't look that big, it doesn't look that crazy. And then you go inside the motherfucker, bro, and it's like, holy shit.
Yeah. And there's still stores coming, if I'm not mistaken. Like, there's still a lot of things like coming to it. Like, it's not even done yet on the inside in terms of like what the stores are providing and stuff. But yeah, that might be the first mall I ever been to where I had to pay for parking. Actually, I never been to a mall where I had to pay for parking. That was like the first one ever.
I know when they first opened up, they were charging like what, $30-$35 to park. Which
is wild because you ain't even this mall ain't even done yet, and you charge me $30. I mean, I guess that's how it gets done, right? These prices and all that shit, but
that's how they justify it.
Yeah. But I went to the Japan Village up in Brooklyn. You know, for my birthday, I saw Superman twice, so we're gonna talk about that later, and give some reviews on that. Last week, me and Hod and my boy Rick, music critic, we did a review and our live reaction of the Clipse album, which means we waited till midnight till the shit dropped and we listened to it.
Did a great job.
Gave all our takes. Thank you, man. It was really fun. It was a moment. It was a moment in time. And I'm glad we captured it. Like, I'm kind of kicking myself because I'm like, damn, there's so many other albums that came out since we started this thing that I wish we had like done live reactions for. Like, I definitely would have did a reaction for Blue Lips for sure when that first came out. You know what I'm saying? But we're not missing this moment for like some of these albums that come out now. But I'm glad we captured it. It was a great album. Damn, we missed you. You know what I'm saying? I know you were listening to it, like I said on the review. Yeah. You hit us up while we were recording it, and you know, it was raving about Mike Tyson going to the face.
So I took a red eye flight that night that it dropped that Thursday. That's why I wasn't on the show, and I landed around like 1 a.m. And I figured, all right, these guys still have to be recording, so we're on the Uber on the way to my house, or my mom's house. And I see you guys are in the session still. So I'm like trying to join in, but like as like an audience member, so I don't like, disturb what you guys got going on. Just so I could like listen in. But I couldn't figure it out. I didn't want to join in and just ruin the flow or anything. So I just waited the next couple days to hear it myself.
We would have loved to have you, man. But that being said, give us some takes, man. How'd you feel about the album? You got any favorites from it? How, because we've had some time to sit with it. So I'm sure, we might have some new favorites by now. Like we said, they smoked this rollout, everything about it.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, man, this album is the product of a great rollout. This is how you roll out an album that is just not a curated playlist. This doesn't feel like just a playlist. It's an actual sequencing of songs that make sense, that tell a story. A lot about cocaine, but still tells a very clear story that talks about family, loss, loyalty, and cocaine.
The trials and triumphs of
trials and triumphs.
Coke.
Absolutely. This is just a product of a great rollout. This is why I think rollouts are important. I don't know. I think predictions wise, I think it's projected to do like 90K first week, which is a little around. I think what my first prediction was. I think I said like 90 to 110 or something like that at first, and then I changed it. But I think they should be very proud.
Absolutely.
I know they have a partnership and distribution with Rock Nation, I believe, but for the most part, this felt like a very independent album and a very independent product with, just a little bit of help from Rock Nation. So they should definitely be patting themselves on the back. Malice should definitely be patting himself on the back right now, 15 years without fucking rapping, picking up a pen and rapping about this type of shit, and you're still out here looking better than a lot of these niggas that just came out. Yeah. So shout out to him. For all the people that have been saying Malice killed Pusha, Malice squashed Pusha, I got one question for you. How the fuck could you tell the difference? how the fuck could you tell?
There were parts where I wasn't sure who was rapping.
Like when they was doing that back and forth, that was the hardest, I think. When they was doing the back and forth.
And cut me slack. I know we're an older pod. Like, I'm 30 years old. But still, the last time these niggas was rapping together, I was 15 years old, so forgive me if I can't tell the difference 15 years later.
And they still kind of sounded alike back in the day.
They sound very alike. They've always sounded very alike.
Obviously, they're gonna have some sort of similarities there. But yeah, and their voices are very similar. I think it's like content matter.
All the hip hop heads that's gonna comment and be like, "Oh man, if you're not really hip hop if you can't tell." Shut the fuck up, man. Get the fuck out of here. You can't tell the difference either. Trying to sound cool for the internet. Fuck you.
Damn. It came for eat.
Yeah, because I was going through some of them comments too. Yo, there was on that what's it called? The Epida and FICO.
Yeah, they told us y'all gotta read more, y'all. I'm like, man, y'all don't understand that
people are commenting a week later. Like, all right, try reacting on the spot.
The night of, yeah.
The night of not having any lyrics to read.
Yeah.
And to give a reaction and to have to give a thought about it.
Yeah. And what we were doing, like what I was doing, so because I had some lyrics up, but I was like, I'm trying to train my ear to like be able to catch like live reactions. I don't want to be reading stuff. I want to see how I feel about it right away. And the truth of the matter is, I didn't even put up the video where we was talking about the first track, which is fucking tragic, by the way. I can't listen to that anymore, I don't think. I need to like take it easy until like something else tragic happens in my life, and I'll go back to it when I need some emotions. But Birds Don't Sing, I can't just keep listening to that. But other than that, everything else, I just been running back. You know, I've been learning a lot of new things. I've been hearing a lot of new things. But a live reaction, you're not gonna catch all that high level rapping right away. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people can't. A lot of people just aren't able to do that. And I don't think that it should be like a slight on us if we don't catch it right away. You know what I'm saying? That's just,
and as a black community, we have to stop shaming black people for not understanding all the drug references. Yeah, we all didn't come up like that.
Exactly, bro. Come on, man. And it was really great though. Like we had a really fun time doing that. How'd you feel about the production overall? Like
I think I think Pharrell definitely redeemed himself. He's gonna have to show himself a little bit more outside of the Clipse. I'm not completely sold on that Rick Ross record, but he did a great job on this project specifically. I loved. It wasn't my favorite beat, but I loved Epida. What's the acronym for that? What is the? I know Mike Tyson goes to the face, but
I think I got it now.
Come on, do it no Googles. Let's go. Do it no Googles. See if you learned.
EBITDA. Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization.
Yeah, let's go. See,
that's
that's learning, bro. That's learning. Now, what's FICO mean?
It's a finance term. It basically is a way to analyze a business and like seeing how much money they're making, like literally, not just gross and net, but just like how much are you worth. So earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Amortization is just mean the act of paying down debt. So like how much do you actually have? So again, for a drug rap record, that's fly.
Very informative. They're giving us financial advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, of course. It's a drug business. You know, they're businessmen, if anything.
Now I'm 10 times the EBITDA.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah. Wow. That's a lot of money. That's a new way of saying I got money, bro. Like, it's fine.
That's a hell of a way.
Production wise, that definitely felt like the most, vintage Pharrell sound that we've heard in a while, and that was very refreshing. Very different from the rest of the album. Not that that's a bad thing at all. I love to hear it. I think the features were awesome, all of them. Not the strongest Tyler feature, but it definitely caused enough buzz in the streets to get the people going. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Like Tyler's done a lot of features. I just don't think this goes up there like with his best. But it was a really good feature though.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing, and I told you this before, I'm tired of hearing John Legend on the beginning and end of albums.
Fair.
Beautiful song. But this nigga could do other things.
Who would you have replaced him with? Who else is in
Friday?
the scene?
I don't know.
Nah, come on. I feel like John Legend has such like he has that
Negro spiritual voice.
Spiritual voice, but also the reputation to be on like
Negro
really
spiritual voice, and then you look at
songs.
him.
Yeah, like that's
he looks like a Muppet. But that looks aside, I feel like that reputation of being on impactful songs and having a voice. Listen, John Legend is like one of our best male singers, singer-songwriters. So I feel like he's placed well. And these are old niggas, bro. Let's not forget, like Push and Malice, they ain't no young tenderonis. I don't think that they go on a Friday. I think John Legend is kind of in their class to understand the severity. Like I don't think Friday might have
used to love you.
I'm just tired of turning albums on, and he's the first voice I hear.
Yeah, and then you get turned off. I mean, you're not the only one who's like, just didn't feel that certain way about voices. Howard was the one really fucking with Pharrell's voice on it, and that's not like a unpopular opinion. A lot of people not really messing with Pharrell's
I could agree with that.
Singing voice and stuff like that. But that brings me to this question that I have for y'all, because it occurred to me that a lot of people are doing the comparisons between like the Neptunes Pharrell and Pharrell as like a solo entity. So I wanted to ask y'all, right? When y'all listen to like old Neptune stuff, what captured y'all the most? Like the drum beats or the melodies? Because I feel like that will put this argument to rest in terms of like what part of the Neptunes is what and what people appreciated more. Because I feel like a lot of people are saying Chad, the Neptunes was built on Chad, Pharrell like the same without Chad, and that's why the beats ain't hitting the same way back, like yada yada yada. But like there's an argument to be made about what Pharrell was contributing as well. I really do feel like he was like the drummer that really wanted to catch the beat and everything and Chad really caught the melodies. So it's really hard to say which one you felt more, but me necessarily, I think I can say with my heart that the melodies is what captured me the most. So if he really was in charge of like, if Chad was really like the one that was really controlling the melodies and everything like that, then I can say that like he probably did carry the Neptunes career a little bit. And there's probably not both of them. Like there's probably no Neptunes without both of them. So
for sure,
like I think if they were separate entities, we might not be here today celebrating the Clipse album. So
I think my opinion on it is that Pharrell has always been the groove, and Chad has always been the instrumentation. So the reason why Pharrell can do a rap album and like fit in that pocket is because he's a drummer. He's a drummer by trade. You know what I mean? So he's always going to be able to master the groove. I remember finding out that he did like the old Rex and Effects records, like when he was like 17, 18 years old. He did not Pumps and the Bumps. They were Rump Shaker. He did Rump Shaker.
He did?
When he was like 18, bro. That's
He produced
crazy,
that?
right? He produced that.
No
it
way.
says
I
Teddy
did- I did
Riley,
not- I did
but
not
it's
know
actually
at all.
Pharrell when he was in high school.
damn, that beat is crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
that carries it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All of that
like,
horny
so-
shit that they was talking about on that song, but that beat is I can hear it in my head right now. Like that's like the heartbeat. You know what I'm saying?
With
So
the
he might be he might have been
with
the heartbeat
saxophone,
of the Neptunes. But
So that's kind of always where, and even like his hits are still very groove heavy. Happy is groove heavy. Blurred Lines is groove heavy. You know what I'm saying? You can really tell when it's a Pharrell production, when it's a Pharrell led production versus when it's a Chad led production. And yeah, you definitely don't get the Clipse, or you don't get Clipse without both of them. But if we're making a rap album in 2025, I'd rather Pharrell produce it than Chad. So I think we ended up in the right spot, right? And then, like I said last week, Pusha has to be recognized more as a rap songwriter. Like we talked about this a lot, about people talk about, why do hip hop fans love Kendrick so much when he doesn't have like bar heavy songs? Like he's not really like a punchline rapper. Like he's not like he's a lyrical guy, but he's not like a typical lyrical guy like a Joyner, or you know what I mean, or something.
You're not gonna be like, oh, I got it. Like after every single line, it might take a little bit to dissect the whole entire verse, like to understand.
Even though he does have a lot of like alliteration and other like literary devices, but it's not traditional battle rap type raps. It's because of his songwriting. It's because as a rapper, he's making great songs, right? And we talked about the difference between like, oh, this person is more of a rapper and this person is more of an artist. This is why I don't like that term, because being a rap songwriter is a very different skill set than being just a artist or a songwriter. So Pusha is one of those people who, like that melody, that hook on POV, like you've heard that before in your life, right? Yeah. But you've never actually heard it because he just made it up with that groove. You know what I'm saying? So
and even his like flow and cadence on that, like the lazy sounding flow of like that's
bro,
all,
that is a
the
completely
choice.
different skill set, bro.
Yeah.
Like being able, because even if you don't remember the words, you're gonna remember the melody, right? And so there's certain rappers that are extremely good at that. And Pusha T he's one of the best rap songwriters probably of this generation. He's at least top 5 songwriters. A lot of guys can rap and they get producers to write the hooks, or you know what I'm saying? And like it's a different type of conversation.
Also
Pusha
a
T
Pharrell thing, for sure.
Right. But Pusha T is in there crafting these songs with Pharrell. You know what I mean? So, and we know that because there's a lot of similarities between this stuff and a lot of the stuff that a lot of people were saying, like a lot of the Pharrell production sounded like Kanye production, right? To me, that's Pusha's influence. You know what I mean? That's so there's all of these through lines that you can kind of gather once you have the full picture. You know what I mean?
So starting to connect the dots now.
Yeah, exactly. So I definitely want to shout out Pharrell for his production, but Pusha as a songwriter definitely showed up.
So it feels like you leaning more towards like the Pharrell side of the Neptunes. Like, I think that you kind of like back in the day when they would first start with the Neptunes, you probably strayed more towards that like you said, the heartbeat of it, all the drums and everything like that. What about you, Dame?
For me, it was the bounce, and it was the synthetic keys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the meshing of the both. So I'm not sure. I'm sure the bounces Pharrell was who was doing the keys? Was that Chad or was that
would have been
Pharrell?
Chad.
It's probably Chad, yeah. Like when you
Then
think
I
about
guess I don't know.
your top,
I just love that marriage of both of them. You know
It's
what
because
I mean?
exactly.
But like,
But it's
when you
probably
think about
mostly
your-
the bounce.
when you think
because
about
of the
your
way
top
that
Neptune songs, like what is like the prominent thing from those types of songs?
it's the mix of the two, but it's probably the bounce
It really
because
is
the
the
bounce is going to
marriage.
set the tempo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if it's just the keys are going off the rhythm of the bounce. So I guess the bounce would be the foundation. So I guess by default it would be the bounce, but it really is the marriage of both of them.
So
Like-
when I think of bounce, I definitely think of how the chords play with the drums. Like that's
Yeah.
literally what, because when you think of bounce, you think of fronting, right? The beat for fronting, or even like the beat for I Just Want to Love You, that's bounce. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a perfect marriage of like
A lot of percussion
playing the
and
keys
stuff like
at the
that.
right spot and then the drums coming in perfectly. And that's what literally creates bounce. You know what I mean? So same thing with Southern music. The 808s, the 808s and the drums marriage created the Southern bounce. You know what I mean? So it's really just because that should be so bouncy.
I'm just thinking about like Love You Better.
That's why I
right?
love Timbaland beats too.
Yeah, sorry we can't really talk about him right now, but
sure.
I just feel like we still in kick his back in mode until he figures out that he's doing,
Until he fails enough.
until he cares about his legacy enough to not do what the fuck he doing. But yeah, I think that like when I think about like, Love You Better, right? Like that song, like the things that I'm humming from that beat, you know what I'm saying, is mostly like I care about the beat and stuff, but if it's just like if they were to like cut the drums off, right, and just had like that melody going, and like maybe I'll give bass and drums to Pharrell, right? But if it's just like the melody by itself, like that's kind of like fire. All the extra stuff like the synths and the keys and all that stuff, like I just hear that and I'm just like, it just grabs me, man. Like it just, and the bounce is just like you said, the marriage is really important, but I don't know, all my favorite songs, I guess. But then we have like Pharrell, who made things like he made like That Girl, like he produced In My Mind, which is crazy album. You know what I'm saying? He did that by himself, but That Girl is like one of my favorite produced songs as well. So I guess he got some tricks too. But like those melodies that really capture was early on Clipse. I think that was kind of really important. But enough about Clipse. Great album. Definitely go stream it and listen to it if you haven't already. Great features on there, and go check out our review. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Because We Are Podcast. Check out the full review over there. But while we were away, we also, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, I saw Superman twice.
Yep.
Once at the same night as Dame. I'm not even gonna get into that, but that was like a whole interesting scenario. This man took a picture of me in the theater. I might make that the thumbnail, to be honest with you. This man was over here creeping on me in the theater, and I'm just standing there, none the wiser, and had no idea that he was in the theater with me. You feel me? Because we was in there for a surprise. He has his location turned off. I wasn't double tap is zoom in a little bit more. I'm just standing there looking like Patreon exclusive, by the way. I'm just standing there waiting for my boy to come, and they snuck right by me, man, and got into a whole nother theater to watch that movie.
We literally did walk right past you after this.
That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Like I really gotta be better about that, because the fact that I didn't notice, maybe it's because I wasn't looking for y'all, but I feel like that's kind of dangerous, man. If somebody was trying to assassinate me, it'd be that easy, and that's kind of sad to me. But overall, like they went in another theater. Would have been crazy if y'all made it to the same theater, but we bought those tickets.
I tried.
We bought those tickets like mad in advance, and like we were kind of close, but overall, loved the experience. Shout out to my boy Jesse. And overall, man, I really loved that movie. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10. I still stand on that. Really great performance from all the actors, all the different like people in the super gang, or the super friends is really what it's called, but we're gonna call it a gang for now. And James Gunn did his big one,
because it's black people in there.
They called it I know, right? See, which I didn't even know, right? I didn't even know that Mr. Terrific was gonna be like a part in this. He pretty much plays a big part. He pretty much saves the day. You know what I'm saying? Like when you really think about everything that's happening, I know it's a collaborative effort, but like he pretty much is the one that ultimately saves the planet.
Without Mr. Terrific,
again, black people, man. Gotta save the day.
Did not know. I have
and
my
this
critiques.
is a big redemption for him too, because you know he was in that what movie was it? The Fantastic Four movie back in the
I think you're talking about was he the Silver Surfer? Nah, he was in X-Men First Class.
Yes, that's what he was.
Yeah, Darwin, I think is his name. So yeah, he was in that. I didn't see those movies, but people have been talking about it. But I had no idea that he'd be like a big role in this movie. But
that is that guy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. I have my critiques, which I'll get to later. I'm still giving the positive reviews of it all. Excellent story. It feels like a complete opposite of the Batman. So I don't know how they're gonna marry these types of stories together, or these types of these characters, because Superman is very positive, very by the book kind of thing, and Batman is like very emo and kind of like doing his own thing. And he always has kind of been like that, but they have totally different auras, I think, in these two movies. But hopefully,
from what James Gunn said, all these movies are going to be very different tonally. You know what I'm saying? Whereas
I love it, though.
With the Marvel films, you kind of know what you're expecting to go in there.
Yeah.
Action sequence, you're going to laugh a few times, and that's it. Yeah. Each one of these movies is going to be, I think they're working on like a body horror movie for another one of its characters. As far as I know,
it's
as far as
Clayface,
he
right?
said, yeah, Clayface.
Yeah.
As far as he's said, that Batman universe is going to be like an elsewhere tale, where basically like that's its own universe. It has nothing to do with what's going on in the ongoing DCEU. So I think after this they have Supergirl coming out next year.
Next June, man.
Yeah. Who I love the actress for.
She's from House of the Dragon, right?
Yep, House of the Dragon. She played Rhaenyra. I'm trying to think. What was the so the Batman that they have casted for this universe is actually going to be a little bit of an older Batman. From what's been reported. Yeah. From what's been reported, okay. I can't tell you if it's from James Gunn himself or if this is just like a report, but I think they're gonna do a Batman that's a little older, maybe like in his mid-30s, so he might be a little bit older than Superman, because he's already gonna have they're doing Brave and the Bold, so he's gonna have Damien already.
Okay. I thought they were. My thought was that he was waiting, or like the who's producers the Batman, Matt Reeves. Yeah, my thought was that they were trying to wait to have like the marriage between these two movies before they wanted to wait until they saw how Superman did, how it was received and everything like that, and being that it's received so well that there could be some sort of synergy between the two universes. Obviously, they're not going to be like super connected. Like they're not building a whole like story around like they did with like what Marvel did, but there would be some sort of like clash at some points. That's what my thought was. That's what I.
It would make all the
happened.
sense in the world to have both of these universes exist in the same, because Batman and Superman would be closer in age. I think when the Batman movie came out, that was supposed to be like year 1 or year 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
So at this point, you jump a few years forward, you know, it lines up more or less. If I'm Matt Reeves, though, I want to keep this as far away from anything else that's going on in the universe. I feel like Matt Reeves is very particular about his films and how they're portrayed.
Yeah.
I feel like he takes his film work very personally. I don't think he'd want to jeopardize that by trying to insert all of his characters, because it's not just the Batman. You know, he's laying out Penguin, he's laying out all these other characters, and I not that necessarily that he doesn't trust James Gunn, but you just see how things go when things get a little bit out of your hands. We saw what happened with Joker. The guy didn't want to make a second Joker film. They ended up making it, and it bombed. So if Matt Reeves wants to keep this as his own Elseworld tale, I say let it happen. I say go with a different Batman. You guys have your own, you know, vibe going right now. They got the Green Lantern series that'll be coming out soon as well. We'll be seeing, Aaron Pierre, and we'll be seeing more Nate Fillion, Guy Gardner. So,
and they have the other
I'm
one
looking
too.
forward
They have
to
the
that.
Hal Jordan Green Lantern too. So that means we have 3 Green Lanterns currently.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like there's one more thing that's being worked on. I'm pretty sure. Jason Momoa's Lobo. I thought there was another one too. I'm probably just forgetting.
Yeah, I think.
But they have, and then the Peacemaker show that's going on right now.
Yeah, and then the Batman 2 in 2027. But you know, that's all different plans of everything that's happening there. But overall, my best things about this movie was that I think I mentioned early on in this podcast, I was talking about how Superman has kind of always been like, you know, the by the book. He wants to do good, kind of political, and that movie hit all those messages for me, man. I think that it was really good in a sense. I like it that it showed him being getting his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? We got a power scaling thing. Yes, he was strong, but he started the movie getting his ass whooped, which we could have known just from the trailer as it is. But yeah, he had some trouble. You know what I'm saying? He had some trouble. I think he met his match, but this wasn't like the typical obviously when you're fighting a superhuman or metahuman, I should say, like superhuman strength alien, you're gonna have to fight in a different type of way. You can't just fight him with just straight strength, which brings in Lex, who is like super smart and super evil and just has a lot of cunning, but
phenomenal. Yeah,
it was just the right amount of insanity, and I really do love in both of these films how the media plays like a role in both of these films. Like it almost seems as like its own character. Right, because in this film we see how it's used as a tool for good and how it's used as a tool for bad, and how the people feel about it. So it's definitely, I think that's like it makes it really modern, and that's what I liked about the Batman as well. Like the how the Riddler was basically like an internet cult leader. You know what I'm saying? Like he had people that like he could like fester up and everything, and Lex used the media to pretty much turn his back and pretty much get permission to kill this man. You know what I'm saying? Or like, so it was really like it was really really cool. Superman was saving squirrels and dogs and all that stuff. He just seemed very true to self. A lot of people said that he didn't really have much of an arc, but I think the arc of his was really just finding out who he really is. You know what I'm saying? I think that was like his whole thing, and just being able to accept that he's here to do good, and it doesn't matter what his parents say or anything like that, or whatever role that they had for him, he's doing his own thing and he's being ultimately good. So those are my big positives. Do you have any positives to add on that before I start kicking the reason why I took 2 points off?
Yeah, absolutely. So continue on about the Superman. Naturally, people are naturally going to do, they're going to compare it to the last film that came out, and a lot of people, because, you know, Zack Snyder had a huge fan base. Release the Snyder Cut was a huge movement. So a lot of people hold those movies in high regard, and you know, they're going to be a little
more critical.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been a lot of on Twitter just reposting of old Man of Steel clips. And
Move on.
I enjoyed Man of Steel. Don't get me wrong. I actually enjoyed Man of Steel. I've never really been a huge Superman fan. So to see Superman be so careless, so destructive, and so violent, it made him interesting to me. So for that reason, I liked it. But I could understand as somebody who like really loves Superman, because don't get me wrong, as much as I love Batman, there's people out there that love Superman even more, and I totally get it. He's totally OP. He's the symbol of superheroes. He's literally the superhero. Like, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, when they saw Man of Steel, they were like, Superman wouldn't do that. Like, Superman wouldn't allow all this destruction, all these people getting killed, allow Batman to just kill all these henchmen in front of him. Like, he just wouldn't allow any of that.
Right.
So if you're willing to accept a lot of the aura farming that came from Man of Steel, it can be enjoyable. But if you really wanted to see a true Superman, how he's supposed to act, super comic accurate, colors popping everywhere, even in the dark scenes, because we know a lot of that Snyderverse stuff was very dark and grim tonally, then this is the movie for you. Like, this new Superman is the Superman you've been looking for. And I follow people that are really big Superman fans that are really happy with what they've seen with this guy. Like, this Superman, the actor, I'm sorry, I don't know, is this David something, right?
I'll look it up for you, but it's
he's like a huge geek. He's like a huge nerd, so he's actually into the shit as well.
David
And I know
Cornsweet,
Henry.
I think his name? Cornsweet?
Yeah, and I know Henry Cavill was too, but this nigga's like a huge geek, and people love that. People are able to really get around this guy who really didn't have much of a crazy career before this. This is definitely going to be the one that launches it into the next stratosphere.
Can I say something?
And then,
Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
I'm actually really tired of these actors trying to get off that I'm a huge geek shit. Like, I'm a huge nerd.
Nah, he really
Henry
is. Though.
Cavill ain't a fucking nerd, bro. No. This guy might be. Henry Cavill's not a fucking nerd, bro.
I don't know, bro. Henry Cavill is literally developing a video game movie just because he loves it so much and puts so
He
many
might be
hours
smart.
in the game.
He might be smart. But if he wasn't in the trenches, bro, if he wore deodorant all through high school and middle school, then my nigga, you was not a nerd, bro. We've had
If he
this
wasn't
discussion before.
honestly, he might be, and not to like give disrespect to the nerd community, but the things that he kind of says about women, he might be a little bit. He might have been like incel if he wasn't.
Yeah,
like,
he may be that type of vibe.
He might have been like one of those like nerds that like people be like, yeah, nobody like to talk to me because I like this, this, and this, and it's like, no, bro.
Bro, if you've never
totally
watched the imported Dragon Ball Z that was not localized, bro, you are not a nerd. I'm sorry, there's rules to this nerd shit, bro. I'm sorry, there's rules.
He can still be a nerd, but maybe he's not a super nerd.
Listen, I'm just tired of niggas getting it off, bro. Yeah. I'm like, look,
yeah.
I sat at the lunch table by myself a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
there was never a point.
Now. It's because it's cool now.
Yeah.
I was talking about this with one of my friends too, about like how he liked Dragon Ball Z back in the day. He was like, and people liked anime back in the day. They were sitting by themselves and kind of had a whole squad. But now it's cool to like anime, like. And stand in it too.
I love anime and football. Fuck out of here, bro. Like nah, I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all.
Yeah. Okay. Nice little kick Henry Cavill's back in moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with it every time, by the way.
Yeah, good, bro. That's a balance, bro. We need this.
Yeah. We'll continue. Great actor that did the new Superman.
And then just to go off what you said about Lex, it was also just the correct amount of hate. I feel like
I think he hits what you were talking about, what you wanted from Lex too early on.
I wanted the biggest hater that I've ever seen a Lex be, and this was that. Lex has always been in the comics, in the cartoon movies, animated series. He's always been really envious of Superman. It wasn't just like, oh, I don't like this guy. Oh, I'm trying to do this, and he's trying to stop me. Like, no. I'm jealous of this nigga. I hate the way that this nigga walks. I hate the way he talks. I hate the way that he flies. I hate the way that his fucking hair curls in the front. Like, I hate all that shit.
Yeah.
And we saw that in this movie, him just be the ultimate hater.
Start to finish.
And yeah, from start to finish. And he's also like the biggest, like he goes at Superman the way that you would imagine a nigga that looks like him to go at Superman. Like it's a fucking video game.
Yeah.
This nigga just pushing buttons. A2, 7-6, B4.
I love that so
like,
much.
That scene right there solidified it for me as like, all right, this is the greatest Lex I've ever seen.
Yeah, I love that.
And maybe it's just me being in the moment, But holy shit, I've never seen that much amount of hate come from a single Lex performance before in my entire life. Like, I've always loved like the Lex Luthor that was portrayed in the animated series. You know, kind of stocky, a little ambiguous,
Little black.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But it works with what he looks like. You know, they got the skinny, frail, bald guy again. I love the line at the end, by the way, about take his bald ass to no reason.
That was super unnecessary.
Yeah, I felt offended. I felt attacked.
Yeah. It's like they're trying to like make
that was
evil.
improv.
Yeah, they're trying to make bald people
not in the
evil.
script.
Like damn, like yeah, he's so evil that's only evil people have no hair. You know what I'm saying? Superman hair, some Superman, you know, nice haircut, everything, comb over and everything. And here comes Lex bald ass being evil and shit. Yo, I ain't fuck with that, man. I ain't fuck with that. Everybody had nice hair. You know, even the bowl cut nigga, he still had his charm too. But yeah, that was definitely a stray that didn't need to happen. Get his bald ass to whatever they were taking him.
Bell Reeve.
That's crazy. It definitely caught a stray. But yeah, it was great. And I love the call outs and everything that he was doing. It almost made it seem like a video game. It was really Superman versus Lex and LexCorp. LexCorp.
Yeah,
LexCorp. You had like the Raptors, the Engineer, and then of course Ultraman, right? Who were just like, you know, a crazy team when he had like, you know, all those little nanites, right? What they were called, like the little things that were he was being able to control them, stuff like that. But yeah,
have you been seeing that clip of the engineer chick where she sees the people behind him? She does like this flip and turns the nanites backwards. It's like, bitch, why did you just turn around?
Yeah, do the extra stuff because you gotta
do all this extra shit. Because
she probably didn't have enough. She probably didn't have enough cool scenes expressing her powers, so they were like, do this flip. You know what I'm saying? Show us what you can really do.
Go ahead.
You know, yeah.
Do that thing. Do that little dance.
Do this little thing that you do. Now I think it's a good time to open up my critiques, right? Shout out to Mr. Terrific. You know, like he had one of the greatest scenes that I'm probably going to see on Clipse. I'm always going to watch it when it pops up on Twitter, when it pops up on YouTube. I'm always going to watch that amazing scene that he had in the music. Like everything was cool about it. He had so much aura for a nerdy black kid. And he had a black nerdy haircut, which, you know, that's his own thing.
And they didn't play rap music for his scenes.
And they did not play rap music. You know what I'm saying? Great. No established shot. This is Mr. Terrific. Terrific. Nah, they ain't had none of that. They just like introduced him. He's super smart. Does not have electric bass powers. Technically, he's super smart. He built stuff, but it's not really electric bass. So I could see where people were commenting his name on our video. You know what I'm saying? I can see an argument for it. However, I do want to mention a few things about this character, right? He has the highest curse count in this movie, right? So like that's just kind of adds to the unruly black man stereotype. While he was super smart, I don't know if it's part of his character or what, but why did he sound like he was stuck in a 70s movie? You know what I'm saying? Like that whole like, oh hell no, what the hell? Are you stupid? Like that whole like, you know, like black shaftness that he had going on. It just felt like nobody else in the film had that. And I was just kind of confused at why he had that specifically. And I know he's black, but he could have been moderate. He didn't have to be like, unbelievable. Are y'all serious, man? Like he ain't have to be
the dog.
Yeah, you brought the dog with you. Like he ain't had to talk like he had to be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess I really don't know if that's part of his character. I don't know where he's from canonically, like in the entire universe and everything like that. But he was still super cool. But whenever he got mad, he turned on like this oh hell no black man thing, and I was just like, I'm pretty sure, did he drop an F-bomb? I'm pretty sure he dropped the F-bomb in this movie. Nobody else was cussing in this movie except him. So
I don't know if he did.
I think it was when the universe was getting split or the planet was getting split, and he dropped, or he might have said shit. I don't remember, but. He has the highest curse count, the shaftness, and those are my biggest things with that, with him. But really cool character. I'm glad he was there. I'm glad he had a big role
-2 for that?
In saving it. No, so I have more things.
Oh, okay.
That's like minus a point for me. Also to the riff thing, I felt like the riff wasn't going fast enough. Like the way that like it was like expressed as like as a planetary emergency, I felt like it could have cleared more than Metropolis and almost getting to, what is it, Bakerloo, wherever Lotus is from. I felt like it wasn't moving fast enough. Superman went to, deal with Ultraman and all that shit and did all that stuff while this thing is ripping through a planet. It just didn't feel like, it didn't feel real. Like that shit should have been speeding through. The way that the speed that was going at when we first got introduced to it, it didn't feel real enough. I don't know how big Metropolis is, but it just didn't feel like it made much sense to me. It should have tore through a lot more, in my opinion. Other critique is, who built the Fortress of Solitude? That was something that confused me, is like how it got there, because it seemed like Superman had a bunch of robots in there. Is he like a super G? Did he build all that shit himself? Like, how did that get there? Like, how do we have that already? Was it him and Supergirl that built it, and then Supergirl went off somewhere? Like, how did the Fortress of Solitude get there?
Let me see.
That's my question.
It's
cool.
Superman,
It looks very cool.
In most Superman, the Fortress of Solitude is built by Superman himself, often using Kryptonian technology and crystals. He establishes it as a place of refuge. But where does he get the crystals from?
Where'd he get the crystals from? And in this movie, he doesn't seem like the smartest. Like, he seems nice, but he doesn't seem like, if he could do all that, then he should have been more like, he should have noticed right away how Lex was getting these people to beat his ass. He noticed that towards the end of the film. I feel like that would have been like common knowledge if you was really like, you built robots, bro, to play a message for you and shit like that, and tend to your wounds and shit like that. Basically, feed in the power of the sun into your stomach or wherever it was hitting you at. Like, you built all that, but you couldn't see that this man was doing Tekken call-outs from his office and identify the problem.
How is he supposed to know that?
Because they all around you, bro. They following you. You don't see that, like, this is like these people around and like, are these little things that's floating around. What you think? They just recording this shit to put on YouTube? Like, bro, you have robots in your fortress. You have no sense of like technology all of a sudden until the end of the film. That's when you start to notice. It just, those are my biggest critiques.
Didn't sit well with you.
Those are my two. I think those are my two biggest critiques. I don't have any more that I could think of. Oh, holy exposition. I understand that they're media people. Like, I know that they work for the Daily Planet. They did a good job of getting information to us via, like, news stories or Lex monologuing because he's so head-ass that he has to explain everything that he's doing while he's doing it. I understand that.
It's classic villain shit.
But holy shit, it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, as somebody who, like, who studies film, I noticed it too much, I think. Like, there wasn't, like, a healthy balance between just, like, showing and not telling, but there was just a lot of telling. Which is fine. Like, they found a cool way to do it, like I said, through the monologues and through the media and everything that was happening. But holy shit, man, it was a lot of exposition. It was a lot of, like, explaining what's happening, what people are doing, and I'm not always feeling that. So for that, I took off 2 points. Overall, like I said, I really enjoyed the film, but those are just my critiques of that.
It doesn't matter when we are or where we are, because we are.
Because we are. Because we are better than
Because
them.
we are.
Because we are.
Because we are.
Because we are.
Because we are.